LTC programming is supported by
To Chamber Chat TV. I'm Danielle McFadden, President of the Greater Lowell Chamber of Commerce. We have a great show for you this month, so thank you for tuning in. With me first, I have Robert Boulay from Business Services Advisor and Matt Beaudoin, Assistant Vice President and Regional Branch Manager. Tara wrote this part in, so I'm not taking credit for that. Branch Manager.
That's all right.
For Jeanne Credit Union. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Good, thanks. How are you?
So good to have you here.
Thanks for having us. Yeah.
Yes, I'm so excited. So my first job out of grad school was at a credit union. So I have a very special place in my heart for credit unions. So people who are watching and don't know the difference between a bank and a credit union, what's the difference?
Well, the biggest difference is that banks are for-profit institutions. They're generating revenue so that they can return those profits to their stockholders or shareholders. Credit unions are not for profit, so essentially our members, our client base, are our shareholders, and while we're not putting, while we're not sending them the dividends from the money that we do make directly, we are able to return our profits kind of into their pockets in terms of better rates on loans, more competitive deposit rates, and a generally lower number of fees or some fee-free products.
So for somebody who has a business, why should a small business go to a credit union over a bank?
I think for small businesses to come to us over a bank is we can critique our products to actually meet those business members and whatever they need. If you go to a bigger bank, they might have a wide range of products just like we do, but when you come to us, you get that specialized service from the one-on-one person, and we build a relationship with those members rather than just another business or another account.
When you go through Jeanne Credit Union, you get Robert.
That is true.
And we've been at ribbon cuttings where the business owner has just been singing your praises.
Yes, that is true, yeah.
So it's
I
nice.
appreciate all of it, so
it
it's
really
good.
Brings kind of the personal into
Oh, of course.
you do, definitely. What is one myth about credit unions that you would like to debunk? Ooh, can't wait to hear this answer.
I think probably the biggest myth would be that we're not this large conglomerate type company, that maybe we may not have the same kinds of technological features available to our members to use, whereas really that's just quite the opposite. Our mobile app from both a personal and business side is very cutting edge. People can do really all aspects of their banking online, from opening their account to checking their balance or paying bills. Even, we have a remote deposit piece. You can take a picture of a check and essentially upload the funds to your account. And we even have a service similar to Venmo, which is called PayUp, where you can pay other people. Really can kind of handle all of your needs within one suite of products.
I recently downloaded the app. I love it, and I can just put my finger on my phone, and then it opens up, and it's pretty amazing.
Pretty convenient.
So you don't essentially have to go into a branch, but everybody there's so nice that you want to.
Yeah.
So I know I could deposit my checks
That
through
is
remote,
true.
but I don't want to because I like to go in and.
Nice to have options, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I
Definitely.
think also, just piggybacking off of what Matt was saying, is on the business side of it as well. I think a big myth that people don't really always understand is they think we're small, and they don't understand that we offer a wide range of business products. They don't understand that we do commercial lending on different levels and to meet different members' needs. So
Absolutely.
it's full circle.
I mean, I live in Lowell and Pawtucketville, and there's like 5 branches that I utilize. I mean, there's
Yeah.
there's a lot of,
We have a lot.
you have a lot of branches. And are you the second oldest credit union in the country?
Is it
So third, but recently
Okay.
a
second in
was
Massachusetts, right?
acquired. So yes.
Excellent. Yeah, I knew that.
Third oldest in the country, I think. Second
Yeah.
oldest in Massachusetts,
pretty
I believe.
amazing.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
there's a deep history there.
Yes.
since 1912. Yeah.
Amazing.
Couple
What?
of years, yeah.
Why should someone choose to do his or her banking with Jeanne d'Arc Credit Union?
Mine. So for I
Feel
think
free to
for
chime in.
for a number of reasons, you know, as I mentioned, we started in 1912. So next month will be 108 years that
Wow.
the credit union has had its doors open, and really since day one, it's been our mission to help our members make smart financial choices, and we are, you know, doing just that to this day. We're member focused and all about giving a personal touch to everyone that walks through our doors. In addition to, you know, checking, savings, you know, it's not for us just about banking products. I mean, we're also very community oriented. So when you come in a Jeanne d'Arc Credit Union, you kind of get the sense that you're a member, you belong, but also we preach things in addition to, say, checking, savings, like education. We offer free seminars for first-time home buyers and you know,
Even
other
programs
things.
for a lot of school-age children.
Yeah, we have a couple of high school branches, and you know, through those programs, we're able to offer financial education courses to the students in the school and give them some real life experience, even working at times in the school branches. So it's, you know, full circle, more than just your banking needs.
And if you go to the Lowell Summer Music Series or the Lowell Memorial Auditorium, I mean, your logo's everywhere these days.
Everywhere.
It is.
Just
Yeah.
reinvesting in the community.
Definitely makes a big difference. Robert, on the business side of the Jeanne d'Arc Credit Union, what kind of products do you offer?
So our product suite is wide, and it ranges to, I guess, depend on the business member's need. So when a business member walks in, whether they're a startup business or they've been established for years, we have a wide range of products on the checking side, or deposit side, should I say. We have, you know, our community checking account that can be for a startup or be for a business that's been existing, but there's no minimum balance, there's no monthly fees. And then we also range anywhere from to our Build Strong checking account that, you know, on that account you get unlimited transactions, you earn interest on the funds that you have in the account. There is a minimum fee on there, but there's a possibility to waive that minimum fee. And even a value add, we actually have something called Member Perks, where it's kind of like our specific critiqued product that just adds value to our business members, and you can add identity restoration, or you know, they have cell phone coverage, and
Oh, wow.
yeah, they
I've used that.
I have
Yeah,
as
it's
well,
been-
actually. Yeah, it's pretty funny. And like with the kids, I use the movie tickets quite a bit. They have e-movie tickets on there, and I use them quite a bit because I save money when I go with the whole family
Yeah.
to the movies. So we have a wide range. And then even on the commercial lending side, it depends on what the member's looking to do, but we can essentially help a business member with anything, whether it's trying to finance equipment, whether it's trying to purchase a building. We are a SBA lender as well. And even on top of that, if the business walks in our doors, the business owner walks in our doors and they might not be ready to do the commercial lending, we never really say no. We always try to find a way to get to the yes answer, and we work with local community partners to help that business member, you know, start where they need to start, and then eventually come back to us and help them get to that yes answer.
And that's a great point. I'm glad you brought up community partners, because there's so many great resources in the community.
Oh, yeah.
And you're at every event pretty much ever, so you have quite the
yeah, pretty
network.
much,
So
yeah.
if you can't help directly, you know who can help these
Exactly.
businesses, and in turn, when they are ready,
Yep.
they're not ready at that point, they
They
come
come
back
right
to
back.
you,
Yeah.
which is huge. Now let's talk about some products that you offer within the branches.
Sure. Similarly to the business side, kind of the base checking and savings products we have, our kind of core checking product we call actually our fee-free checking, where there's no minimum balance necessary to maintain the account, and really no fees assessed in order just to have a checking account.
Which is
We do that
very
to
helpful.
yeah,
Yeah.
and to set ourselves apart as well.
Yeah.
Savings accounts as well. We offer certificates of deposit, and then kind of the whole lending piece as well. Auto loans, personal loans, home lending, where you could apply for a mortgage or a home equity product depending on really what the member's need might be. We're full service.
That's great. You do it all.
We
How
do.
can someone? You're like, we really
We
do.
do.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
How can someone learn more about the credit union and become a member of Jeanne d'Arc Credit Union?
Few different ways. So you could certainly visit our website, jdcu.org. Could apply, and start your membership online that way, or visit any one of our branches. We have locations in Tingsboro, Chelmsford, Nashua, Westford, Dracut, Lowell, Methuen, and there's one more.
I think you got them all. Because there's 2 Dracats.
Maybe you're right. I think you're right.
You got them all. We
That's
got the
all of
2
them.
Dracats,
Plus the high
Tingsboro,
school
Nashua.
branches
Yeah.
that
And then
we
3 high
talked
school
about.
branches.
Yeah.
Where are the high school branches located?
Dracut, Lowell, Nashua.
Nashua South.
Yeah.
Wow, that's great.
Yep.
So many opportunities. And I've taken advantage of so many things, but even opening an account online, how easy that was. I didn't realize that you could do that one night, and I wanted
Yeah.
to open up another account.
Yep.
It was like seamless. So technology is a pretty amazing thing.
It is.
And
yeah.
people are busy, so you want to be able to do things like when it's convenient for you.
pretty
And
smart.
Of course, yeah.
A lot of times it's when you're not necessarily open, but you do have very convenient hours as well.
Yes.
Thanks.
You do?
We try.
Oh, and one of my favorite things is the coin machine.
Oh, okay.
that.
Yeah. That's pretty convenient for sure
Doesn't take
to
a lot
not
to
have to. No, that's all right. Who likes to roll change?
Well, it's
right?
fun for
So-
kids
Yeah.
too because they can kind of like save their
Save
change
up
and then
and-
you get to
Of
go.
course.
And,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
and there's no charge if you're a member to
That's
use
right.
the coin machine. So many different benefits.
Oh, yeah.
Anything else you want the viewers to know about Jeanne d'Arc Credit Union, or did we cover it all?
I think we covered it all.
think-
It's just community
Yeah.
is what it comes down to. Community and the people that work there. It makes a difference. We reinvest in the community, and I think on both sides, whether it's business and consumer, makes a difference.
And if a business is interested in finding out more information, are you willing to actually go out to the business and meet with them?
Oh,
Or do they have to go into the
100%.
branch?
Yeah, I'm fully mobile, so myself, I can go and meet a business member for coffee, lunch, go to their office if needed. They can meet me at one of the closest branches if that's more convenient for them. We make things very convenient for our members, and as I said, it's the individual that collaborating and making that relationship and developing that trust is key.
Excellent. Thank you both for being here.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
And
Appreciate
we'll have
it.
to
Our
have you on
pleasure,
again
yeah.
sometime, but the radio's next, I think, right?
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, okay. So we're going to take a quick break, but we'll be back. Thank you for tuning into Chamber Chat TV.
LTC programming is supported by
LTC is Lowell's Community Media and Education Center. We have the tools to help you express yourself and change the world. You have the stories that need to be told about people and organizations having a positive impact. Human needs and human rights. You are the person to tell that story on TV, and we can help. LTC offers video production classes and all the equipment you need to get your message out. Do it yourself, or use our professionals to help make it happen. Your story might be a half-hour talk show, event coverage, an original drama, documentary, or a social media post. We make it easy for you to express yourself and make a difference. Contact LTC to schedule an appointment to plan how to get your message out to the world.
The technology, the creativity.
Their own country, but Telecommunications Corporation.
The world comes to Lowell, Massachusetts.
Hi, and welcome back to Chamber Chat TV with the Greater Lowell Chamber of Commerce. I'm Danielle McFadden, president of the Chamber. We have our second guest on, no stranger to the Chamber, to Chamber Chat of any form, Brian Bahia from Stellar Web Studios.
Danielle,
How
happy
are
to be here
you?
with you. Doing great.
So nice. I always love seeing you.
It's great to be back.
Good to have you here. So you've been in business for almost 10 years now. I cannot even believe that.
Yeah, it's
You
been a long
probably can't
road, but
either.
we've had some fun, and you know, we've bounced around a couple different offices in the area, but Lowell's been a great home for us. We've been really good with our business, so
Great.
we're happy to still be doing what we do.
Yeah, and we
Yeah.
are having a mixer there in March
Yes.
16th.
St. Patrick's Day,
Yes.
day before
Yes.
mixer.
The
Right.
day before St. Patrick's
Careful
Day
planning
mixer.
there.
We're going to have a lot of fun.
Yep.
And you're right on Central Street. So very
Yeah,
convenient.
we're right down the street from where we are now,
Yeah.
and it's gonna be good. We've had a few mixers in there. I'm really lucky with the office we have right now. There's a new owner of that building on 97 Central. You know, we're right above the post office in the corner, and
Yeah.
it's just like one of the first buildings. They've just been taking excellent care of it, so
That's excellent.
it's really nice.
Yeah, and
Helps
you've
a
been
lot.
there for a couple of years now?
I think we're on our third or fourth year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Oh,
third
it's
year
been a
now.
while.
That's about
Great.
right.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
So what does Stellar Web Studios do? I mean, it's a little obvious,
Right.
but
So Stellar Web Studios, we've kind of made our staple doing custom website design and development, and we do a lot of WordPress website work.
we're a very happy client.
Yep. So we've done your site. I think I call them like three. We did a 2.0
Yeah.
and then a 3.0, and now I'm on like 3.2.
All right,
So
we're
you're
almost
actually
ready.
further
We're, like,
ahead of the
ready-
game than a
we're
lot
ready
of
for
our
3.4.
other clients. We've done one or two, but it's always kind of an honor when somebody comes back and they want a website again
Yeah.
after a couple of years, because it means two things. It means they like the experience with you, but they also want to see where the website can go forward.
Yeah.
So I always think it's a privilege and kind of exciting when somebody wants to do something new after a few years
And
with
you always
us.
have great ideas too. Like
Yeah,
you're
we're
always
so good.
constantly thinking and innovating. And
Yeah. Well, it helps to be, doing it full time for quite a
Yeah.
bit.
and for years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
long time.
I'll always remember I think it was the first mixer we had. It was a Halloween theme. Do you remember
Yes,
that?
I do. This picture of you in a big spoon outfit.
Me, Karen
Where's
Bergeron were
Karen
poor-
Bergeron?
poor-
I miss Karen. She
I
was here last time I did this.
know. She's so much fun.
How's she
But
doing?
She's good.
Good.
Yeah.
So I know both you guys were there, and a lot of those guys are still in business.
And
I still
Max
see them
Moore,
once in
that
a
was
while.
his first
That was
mixer.
Max, really?
So he walks
No
in,
kidding.
and we had
Okay.
never met him before, and we were dressed as a fork and a spoon. And I
Really?
thought, this guy, there's no way he's coming back, and now he's on the executive board. So
Yeah.
you never know. I
That's
thought we would
huge.
have scared anybody
Good
off.
memory.
But,
Did you do a little research before you came in with that? one?
no, I just always
Just
I
remember
bring it
meeting
up
him that
like
day? Yeah.
every once in a while because I just remember that,
Yeah.
like thinking, there's no way this guy's gonna think we're a little quirky.
Yep.
So what do you find works best in marketing in your experience?
I think it's always going to be word of mouth, and getting, boots on the ground, going to chamber events is huge. It really is. You just can't compare night and day. Every time every once in a while I'll meet a new business and they're getting ready for their website. And one of the first questions I'll ask them is, have you already sat down with Danielle to get your chamber membership going? Because that's getting on the map. That's, as much as the website's going to do it, you have to be somebody at the events. But I think what I was kind of thinking about in addition to that is that you have to do the spread of different, channels. And you can't spread yourself too thin, but you have to do a little bit in different directions. And one of the things that I found worked for us, for example, when I first developed our website, stellarwebstudios.com, I had done maybe a dozen pages. And one of the pages I wrote was website repair and fixing your broken website, or something like that as the title of the page. And honestly, that one page gets more traffic, and it gets traffic from all over the country. So I'm kind of giving up one of my tricks right now
Yeah.
to any competitors watching, so they'll start competing. But I always tell people, try to incorporate as many different variations of what you do in terms of language of somebody might search.
Yeah, what they're going to search for, not like
Yeah.
with your expertise, but like the kind of the lay person, right?
Right, because you cover, the category of what
Yeah.
you do, whether it's, vehicle repair and stuff. But if you think of it in a way that you have a chunk of the market searching, and they're just not finding, as everybody's thinking of it as, auto repair, and you have that 10th person typing mechanic. Well, if you're the one page in the web that's going to have the word, mechanic on it, for example, if it's an example. You might strike gold with it. And so the one for us was this website repair. So I've had clients in Seattle. I'll do 4 months of tweaks and stuff with them. I did this guy's
Wow,
Gemstones
so you're actually
website.
you're getting business from like outside
It's
the area.
really surprising.
That is so cool.
So I think it's word of mouth
Yeah.
and doing really good work.
Yeah.
Obviously goes a long ways. People are
Definitely.
like that's going to make a difference. It's being at the events and meeting people, and then it's the trying different things. You might try 10 different keywords, and some of them are going to be okay. But we've done pretty well with our website, so I think it still makes a big difference for sure.
And looking at analytics too. And seeing
Yeah,
where-
working in
yeah.
where people come from
Yeah.
and what's working.
I know,
That'll
I was
tell
just
you.
thinking like
right.
we should do a tab on our website like small business marketing and like the
Yeah.
different things because somebody may not think of a chamber
Yeah.
as a form
Right.
of marketing.
See, there you go.
Got my light bulb moment. Mic drop. I'm leaving now. The rest is up to you. So how have your offerings evolved after 10 years of business?
So we originally did, any CMS, content management system, and now we really specialize in WordPress. So I think we've
WordPress is so
scaled back.
awesome for like
Yeah, it just
like as a
makes
user.
it very easy to
Yeah.
edit content, and we do a lot of custom development. But one of the things that I realized was an issue was that there's a lot of people who are just so small that they're not really at the point where they're going to go with a full investment for a custom design that gets developed custom, because there's a cost range for that, and it's tough to hit it when you're starting out.
Yeah.
So one of the things we did is we found a few ways to sort of have a roadmap for a small business to get a clean website up and running off the ground. So we call that Build It Together now. So we have this Build It Together package, and it's a great way to just sit down and basically, we work with people to go through that design process, that
Yeah.
development process, that content process, just while we're together. So we'll do four 90-minute sessions,
Yeah.
and then guarantee them a basic, 5-page website, up and running, looking halfway decent. You can't go quite as far as you'd go with, a nice fully custom website.
Yeah.
But so that's been a new thing.
And
I've
you
also
can still add pages too after. Like I've added
Oh
pages
yeah,
to the
so once
chambers.
they're
Yeah,
in
yeah.
and they've got that basic setup, right,
Yeah.
they can do more with it.
Yeah.
The other thing that we have now is called Fix It Together. So, I'll get these calls or emails from people that are looking for a bug, that repair page on my website, right? And they've got just something
we
they're
had
trying
a
to
bug
fix.
recently or something.
Yeah.
I don't even know what it was,
Right.
but you fixed it, so thank you.
And so it just makes it easy for me to say, like, well, look, if you don't have, the patience and the time to sort of identify every single one of 25 things you might want to fix on your website that you haven't had somebody work on for several years, sometimes it really helps to just get somebody in the room with you and be like,
Yeah.
let's just sit down and start working on it. And I really like that process. Number one, because there's no homework. It's like we get together, we work
Yeah,
on things,
true.
and then when you go, I close it down and
Yep.
it's done.
Yeah, that's nice.
That's just a personal advantage.
Yeah.
But it's not being divided in 10 different directions
Yep.
between a phone call and an email
you can actually
and
go there.
a
That's
deadline.
huge.
It's just working together, and we can always do it over a screen share, a phone
Yeah.
call. So I really like those kinds of. I almost think of it like when you go to your hairstylist, and you go in every 6 weeks, and you sit down, and you work together. You have to be there. She has to be there. She asks questions. He asks questions. Whatever. So I really like doing those because it gives me an opportunity to sit down with people, and that 10 years of experience, I'm able to compress some of the things
Definitely.
I've learned into making things move pretty quickly in a
Yeah.
90-minute session. So, what might take them, 12 hours on a Saturday trying to get that one
12
idea in their
years.
website for their website done, sometimes we can get it done in 1 or 2 meetings, which
Yeah,
is great.
it's amazing.
So I like doing that. And then the other thing I've done that's been kind of different from what a lot of guys in our industry are doing is I think I've really come up with a kind of a standardized rates sheet. So, I'm kind of identifying exactly what's going into each part of the process, and then coming up with packages. And I think this year we're going to put it up on our site because everybody's going in blind every time they call. You know, what's it going to be? How much is it going to cost? And I just want it to be like a store. Like, this is what we have.
That is so
Take
helpful
what
to
you
have
like.
pricing on the website.
Yeah.
That's huge.
So, you know, we've had our rate and stuff out there in public, but I think it's going to just be a helpful thing to present, like, you know, look, this is what we have. And I think, you know, bigger organizations will understand why it could be worth a $25,000 or $50,000 website. I think medium organizations with 3 to 5 employees are going to see exactly what comes with a $6,000 to $10,000, $12,000 website, why that's probably a good match for what they want. And then when you're the mom and pop just starting out without necessarily a big line of credit or, you know, investment, you might think like, well, let's get the basics out there with that build it together package.
I love
So,
that too. So you
we're
said
almost
like
there with
you said
putting it
like
up there.
about 5 pages for a basic. So obviously the homepage and usually like an about us. Or
Yeah,
contact
a standard
us.
interior. You know, a lot of the work that we have to do is built around the templates. So it, you know, we'll identify 2 or 3 main templates and, you know, help with the content generation of those pages for sure.
Even like this is so like simple, but when you were doing, I don't know, Chamber 3.2 whatever, we had a tab that said home, and you're like, well, you don't need that. People just click on the logo. So now like people are like so
Yeah.
intuitive in how they navigate around a website
I think
too.
users have gotten more familiar, and
Yeah.
it's all gotten standardized to
Yeah.
some degree. But you know, everybody's going to have their preferences, and you know, I offer my experience and what we see people want and do as customers and as business owners. But you know, we always leave it up to the business owner. You know, some of them think that, you know, our users definitely need that home button, and
Right.
others
And
are
you're
like,
okay,
our users don't need
you
a home
really?
button.
Like, what is that?
Right.
But even like, I this is just like my personal preference, like just my thing. Like I hate when I go to a website and you go to contact us and it's a form. I just don't like it.
Yeah.
So like I have my email address right on every page of our website.
Yeah,
I just,
sure.
to me, like if it's between 2 sites, and you probably have a totally different view because it's probably like more secure with the form and all that. But
Yeah.
if I have to choose between like somebody who's going to give me their email address or
I
a
know.
contact us form, I'm going for the email address
As a user,
as a user.
Yeah.
It's just,
yeah,
I don't know, an experience thing.
makes sense. You
And I
know,
want to be accessible. And,
we do things like if I'm working for a restaurant and they want to have bands apply, you know, they might have 20 questions they want to ask a band, as opposed to just like
Yes,
get
that
an
makes
email.
sense.
And the problem is then they're going back through and they're trying to compare. Or when you have apply to like
well, when you apply to
fundraise,
the,
you
when
know,
you apply to the chamber, there's
right, apply
actually
to the
a
chamber.
form for
So
that.
I think there's a use for
Yeah,
both.
yeah.
But I can completely understand where you're coming from. Just gotta, you know, you don't know what things are out
Yeah.
there scraping that email and trying to use it, but
And like you said,
sometimes
like
you
everybody
can,
has like a preference too. But
Yeah.
if somebody
Yeah.
emailed me and said I want to join, then I probably would send them the link to the form and start.
yeah,
But
there we go. Best of both
just-
worlds.
it's my thing. I just decided to spill my guts on Chamber Chat. You heard it first. Contact info versus form. So you're going to be presenting technology tips and tricks at a 2020 Chamber Edge group in March.
Yeah.
This March is going to be like the stellar web month.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good month for
Mixer,
sure.
presenting tips and tricks. So
Yeah, it's also my birthday. So you
Yes,
got
what
that
day is
going
your
on.
birthday?
The Ides of March, the 15th.
The 15th.
Yeah.
My brother's the 14th.
Oh, really?
Friday.
That's
Yeah.
Joanna's birthday.
No
Small world, yeah.
way. His fiance. Lovely fiance.
It's a true story.
Pretty soon to be wife.
Yeah,
We've been waiting
we're
for
getting
this
there.
day.
The end of this year.
We've been waiting.
So let's see,
So,
where are we?
so tips and tricks.
Tips
so
and
what
tricks,
can people
right?
expect when
So
you
Chamber
present?
Edge group. Do
Yeah.
you want to do the one-liner?
Yeah, so the
introduction?
Chamber Edge, it's a monthly group that meets. It's primarily business owners and people kind of within a small business. And every month is a different relevant topic to small businesses. There's a discussion leader, facilitator, but it's really like an open discussion too.
Yeah.
So as you're presenting, people might say, oh, well, this worked for me or this didn't work for me.
It's been one of my favorite
It is a great-
chamber
it is a great
events
group.
because it's very conversational
Yes.
and there's always
and
that.
and member driven, which is
Yeah,
super cool.
yeah.
Like it's the members that
Right.
kind of take the ball and run with it. And we just provide the
Yeah,
support.
and I always feel like we're learning interesting things. We're asking the tough questions about our own business to each other.
Yeah.
So you're tapping into everyone's experience, and you get a really quick sense of where people are at.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you go to a regular chamber mixer, everyone's sort of doing the bubbly like, oh, business is great, and like, how are you, and like, we're like, but you sit down in these meetings, it's like, here's the worst things about my business right
you
now.
get down to the nitty gritty.
So I like it a lot, and it's every month. If and I think it's open to anybody who's interested in possibly being.
Oh
a
yeah,
member
we've
if
had a
they
lot of
haven't-
people that have joined
Yeah.
because they found such
So
value in the
guests,
group.
whoever.
It's the second Tuesday of the month at 8:30 at the 110 Grill. It's always on the calendar,
Yep.
but it's typically that's when it
And so,
falls.
one of the things, so what I'll be showing in March is basically just, the 25 whatever we have time for, but I'm going to come up with a presentation and then I'll cover like, here's like the tips and tricks I use. Like I'm on computers all day, so I've got that little bit of advantage for people who are in and out of their,
Yeah.
other kind of business, doing what they do in the real world. But I noticed there's a lot of people that I sit down with in those, sessions where we work together that don't know some tricks that I'm like, I would die for this trick. So someone
Yeah.
to go back 10 years and tell me this, before I learned it last year. It's night and day of what things can get sped up. So just basic stuff like
great.
email organization, password management, 2020. What's the real way to go?
Yep.
If you want to manage 200 passwords, it's not use the same password on every website.
it.
It's not use Red Sox 1. So we're going to talk
Darn,
about
darn,
a
darn.
bunch of stuff. And then a little bit of more advanced stuff, but we'll kind of go by topic, invoicing and accounting, little tricks in QuickBooks that you might not have seen, even if
Yeah.
you're a QuickBooks person. And I want to really bring in a lot of different people's thoughts on each of those topics. So I'll say,
Great.
here's what I'm doing, and I think this was exciting for me when I learned it, halfway
Yeah.
in to speed up my own process. So kind of getting those processes to be faster that any small business owner has to deal with.
I hope you learned something too. Like maybe somebody will have
Oh, of course.
some nugget that
Always
you
do.
won't know.
Always
But
do.
you're like the king of process and productivity. Like ever since I've known you.
Wouldn't go
You're
that far.
I know, but you're like constantly striving for like to
Like
be
to
the
be,
most
yeah.
productive.
Yeah, it does
person.
help to have a system for sure.
Definitely. I can't wait to see that. That's been
Yeah.
awesome. So how has website development changed over your years of business?
Well, there is a new tool that, I've been a little bit on the fence, but I like to be pretty transparent with the way that I run my business and the way that, what I find works the best. And so there's this new tool called Elementor, and it's a plugin for WordPress. And it's not associated with the people from WordPress, but they're kind of doing similar things at, WordPress headquarters, a company
Yeah.
called Automatic. And what this tool does is it lets you sort of kind of design and develop at the same time from the front end of your website. And one of the reasons that I'm more open to talk about it now than I thought I might have been, it's a little bit more like a Wix type
Yeah.
of solution. So you're kind of sitting there,
Interesting.
you're dragging and
Yeah.
dropping. And I thought, well, geez, if everybody sat down on a Saturday for
Yeah.
16 hours, they might, some of the work that I do for people, they might be like, oh, well, I can
do
just,
that.
I can eventually figure this out. But I'm finding that the people that I've done it for, I've done probably 6 of these websites so far, they don't want to be clicking on a website no matter what. It doesn't
Oh,
matter if it's the
yeah.
front end or the back end or development or not. If you have, they're calling a web developer because they want help
reason.
with web development. And
Definitely.
so probably if you're the kind of person that was like, I'm pretty tech savvy, I'm gonna you would have figured it out 5 years ago, you'd figure it out tomorrow with this
Yeah.
new tool, and it's pretty exciting because it makes it so that you can quickly do a really interactive interior page layout. So the difference is we used to do a custom design for a homepage,
Yeah.
custom design for like some kind of main services listing page, and like one example of an interior page. But what I found is that a lot of those interior pages, if the client wasn't producing a lot of content for us, it would end up being header, 2 paragraphs, and a little tiny picture in the footer. And now with this new tool,
Yeah.
it makes it really cool to be able to do like a really fancy block right in the middle of that. And so I can take that same like 3 paragraphs
Yeah.
if they can generate some content for us. So we always have the clients do their own content and spread it out and make it look even better than before.
I can't wait to talk more about that.
Yeah.
Very exciting. So we only have a minute left.
Okay.
Talk about your future. In
Talk about
60
your
seconds
future.
or less. The future look like for Stella Web Studios.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of embracing the newest technology, and I think website development in some respects is getting faster, so we can go deeper for similar budget. We can get more advanced with that 5-page website, make every page look like, wow, look like this must
Yeah.
have taken 24 hours as opposed to, oh, like you have this really fancy homepage, and some of these inside pages are a little simpler. So that's one thing, and yeah, I think that's kind of the vision right now. But I think it's definitely the bread and butter of what I do, and I'm happy to keep doing it. I think it's a lot of fun.
What's your contact information?
So we have our website, stellarwebstudios.com, and we have a phone number on the website.
Yep.
But I'm pretty easy to reach.
And through
See
the
me out
chamber
and
as
about.
well. But check out our calendar in March, greaterlowellchamber.org, to see an example of their work, but also because you're going to be speaking at Chamber Edge, and we have a mixer there. So thank you very much.
Sounds good.
Thank
Thanks,
you for
Danielle.
tuning in. Thank you to Matt Nelson. He's leaving, so we're going to miss him. He's been our producer for many, many moons now. So thank you for all that you do. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you again next month.
LTC programming is supported by
The technology, the creativity,
their own country, but
Lowell Telecommunications Corporation.
The world comes to Lowell, Massachusetts.
LTC is Lowell's community media and education center. We have the tools to help you express yourself and change the world. You have the stories that need to be told about people and organizations having a positive impact, human needs and human rights. You are the person to tell that story on TV, and we can help. LTC offers video production classes and all the equipment you need to get your message out. Do it yourself, or use our professionals to help make it happen. Your story might be a half-hour talk show, event coverage, an original drama, documentary, or a social media post. We make it easy for you to express yourself and make a difference. Contact LTC to schedule an appointment to plan how to get your message out to the world.